So here's the wire, as you can see on the left. That is the Ethernet category 7 cable, and let me show you what is going on. If I'm going inside here, you can see the way I slid it here. You see, I just attach it to the siding here, and here I attach it to the siding, attaching to the siding here, and it's really go from here until we go here. So here you see the Ethernet cable category 7 going into the basement from here exactly. And what I want to say is that I'm going to seal this hole that you can see there. It's a 3/4 of an inch hole. I'm going to seal it with foam. So here's the cable that coming from outside to the basement, and you can see here I'm actually holding this stick here. Okay, so here is the cable here, and I actually attach it to the stud here. Okay, and here it's going here, and it's going here. So you can see it's going around this narrow passage here in the basement, where I have here the furnace. As you can see, here is the water heater and the furnace here. So this is a narrow passage, actually maybe 25 feet into the basement. As you can see, the wire is here, and okay, let's go more. So here's the wire here, you can see it here, and here actually going to the living room of the basement. Here is the basement is remodeling now. I'm remodeling the basement. So here is the wire here, okay, attached to other stud here. And then going from here, it will go to the switch. Let me go to the switch and show you what's happening there. Here's the switch I really purchased from Amazon here, as you can see. And here is the power that I put here that supply power, which is 5 volt, to the switch. So let me show you how it looks from a little bit far away, that you will see what's happening here. So here is the ceiling, and above the ceiling you can see the switch. And this is the outlet that supply power to the switch here. This is a switch I bought. It's called TP-Link 8-port gigabit. Very nice switch. You can buy it on Amazon. That's where I bought it. And I want to show you how I actually installed this switch. So as I told you, I'm remodeling this basement. So here is the hanging ceiling. And what I want to show you what I did here in order to install the switch, the Ethernet switch. So if you look carefully here, you will see this is the outlet that I actually installed to supply power to the switch. So the switch is above the ceiling. Nobody needs to see it here, okay? And from this switch, I'm going to have wires going to places in the basement, okay, rooms in the basement that will have Ethernet wire, okay, that they can connect a wire. But I'm also going to install a Wi-Fi here. So that's what I want to show you, what I did there. So here is the Ethernet. So what I did here, I put a piece of wood here, okay, and I attached this switch to this wood, okay, because this switch, let me show you what you have in the back. So this is the switch after I took it from the wood here, and I want to show you how the switch look like in the back. If I'm going to flip the switch here like that, you can say you have 2 holes, okay? So these holes is actually to attach it to the wall or to other places. And I took advantage on it to build here, you can see here a wood, stick wood, like 3 feet. And this is 2 screws, and that's the way this switch will attach, and nobody going to see it. Attach the switch back to this piece of wood, and as you can see, this switch have 8 port, 1 to 8. The green light that you see in the left is the power. This switch connect to the power. But one thing you have to know, that the first port between number 1 is always the input that coming from the router, and the 7 from 2 to 7 which are 7 devices, can be connected to this switch, or 7 locations. So that's what this switch is all about. The other thing with switch is besides that is switching the Ethernet and give you ability to connect number of devices at the same time, it also perform an error correction. So what happening, the signal that coming from the router to the port number 1, to the switch really, come with some error because of the distance. This switch will correct the error. So practically what you're going to have, let's say you're going to have sometime after the switch, the rate will be increased by 1 or 2%. That's interesting, but that's the way it's work. So here is the cable that we actually coming from the router here, and you can see here I have some remains of the cable. It's probably 10 feet remain. Okay, it's good because I can really use it if I need to move the switch from one place to another. So it's always good that you have some remains here. You see, and I attach it here to the pipe, to the water pipe. And one thing I want to say about this cable, when you install this kind of cable, just take a distance from electrical cable, because electrical cable can generate a noise. Okay, so that's what I want to say. So what I have to do now, I'm going to take this cable, okay, that's the category 7, that's coming from the router, okay, it's coming from the second floor, and I'm going to put it as an input here. You see, it's going to be the input to this switch. That's it. So it's actually in, and now the Ethernet cable actually have a signal inside. So I want to show you what you're going to see. If there is a signal, you'll have to see some LED. Let me show you. There is a light here. You see, there's another LED here, small one, and it's actually flickering a little bit. That said, there are Ethernet. There is a signal coming to this category 7 wire. So here is the cable category 6 that I have here. It's actually 20 feet long, and I connected here to the computer. As you can see here, it's connected. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to connect this second side of this Ethernet cable, category 6, to the switch. So when you connect the Ethernet cable to this switch, okay, you can connect it practically to any port. Practically, you can connect it to any port number from 2 to 8, okay? Remember, number 1 is reserved to the input. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I will try to connect it to number 2. Okay, so let me try to put it in and push it. Okay, it's inside. It's not. Okay, so I connected because I need 2 ends to connect it. Couldn't use 2 ends, and I just want to show you something. If I will go flip it again like this, you can see there are already there are 2 LEDs turning on, remember. So this is the input 1, and this is the output. So we can actually have 7 output here. So let's see the speed in the PC. Okay, so now we actually try to see the speed. So the speed is 84 megabit per second and 11.7. That's the download, and that is the upload. The intention now is to take this category 6 Ethernet cable and move it from the ceiling, okay, to the room there. So that's what I want to show you. I'm going to do it, and here is the trick. I'm going to take this cable from here, from the switch here, okay, and I'm going to attach it to the stud, okay, here, or to the joist really. This is a joist, to the joist here of the ceiling. So here I have a box of staplers, and that is the stapler I'm actually using. You can see it, it's a plastic one. And with this one I'm going to attach the category 6 Ethernet cable to the joist, or in other words, to the ceiling. Just install this wire that you can see here is stapled here and here. This is the first wire that's coming from the switch. Okay, so this is the number 1, which is the source, the Cat7 wire that come from the router in the second floor. And this one is the first output of the switch. It's Cat6. You can see the difference between this and this cable. They look completely different. Cat6 that's going from here, okay, to the other room. So I want to go to the other place to show you where it's going. And remember, I actually staple it here with as you can see here, with white staplers here. This is where I come from, where you see the ladder there. It's from there, and it's going really until here. Okay, as you can see here, the wire here. You can see the staple here. That's the wire. It's here, and it's actually going here. And now it should go. Let me show you where. It really needs to go here. Okay, it has to go here to this place, you know, between the stud to go down to the other room. Let me show you. But you can see it's not long enough. Why is that? Because this wire is 25 feet, category 6, and a little bit short. The next category 6 is 50 feet. So I actually bought an extension I will show you. But let me show you where it should go. So here's the new room that I remodeled, and where I want to put the Ethernet cable, really connection, is here. If you look carefully, there is an outlet here. We can see a cable. That's the TV cable here. Okay, so here I'm going to put the Ethernet also. So it's going to be both Ethernet and TV cable. Plate I want to put here, as you can see. So this cable will connect here to this one, and the Ethernet that will come from the ceiling will connect here. So here is the Ethernet connection we're going to have, and here it's going to have the TV connection. So if you look carefully here, you can see, so this can support Cat6. And if you can see it, maybe you can, yes, here you can see it's called Cat6. So you actually support category 6, and the cable that I have, the extension also, it's a category 6. So here is the cable, the extended cable that I purchased from Amazon. It's a category 6, and it's a 6 feet, I believe. And here you actually put the Ethernet connection, the input, and that is the output, okay? There is a plastic here just to protect. I can remove it, I show you. So here it is. You see, after I remove this piece of plastic that protected, so it's going to be the output, that's going to be the input. So here what I'm doing here, you see, this cable is not enough to reach the outlet. So what I'm doing here, I'm taking this extension and I just put it here until it's locked. Okay, and this wire, what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually pass it through this, if you look up, through this both stud down to the room behind this wall. The main obstacle is to actually pass this wire that you see before, the extended wire to this box. So what I did here, you can see I actually drill a hole. Some of them come with a big hole, but some of them I have to drill 3/4 of an inch hole. And from this hole, it's here actually the hole. Let me show you. It's here somewhere. I drill it with a driller, okay, with a bit. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually use a fish tape. Here is the fish tape, is here, in order to pass this extended Ethernet cable. So here's the tape. What I'm doing here, I'm actually opening it. Okay, it's a bit tricky to open, but I have to open it because, okay, so I really need this one to be at least 5 feet, 4 feet. Okay, I think I have enough length here so that I can actually push it in the hole, and it will go to the ceiling. Okay, so I'm putting the wire here and I'm going from the other side of the wall to see where is the wire. So here is the fish, as you can see. Here is the two stud. Okay, it's coming from the between the stud, and here it is. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to actually attach this one with a tape, okay, to this fish, and I'm going to pull it down to the outlet. What I did, I use a tape. It's actually a paint tape. See, this is the fish, and this is the category 6 extended wire. And now what we're going to do, we're going to push it down to the outlet, and let's hope it will work. So here what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull it. Okay, so here it is. You managed to do it. Here is the cable, as you can see here. So I just remove the adapter from here, okay, from this TV cable here. Just want to show you something, okay. You see this. See, the interesting thing, you can remove the Ethernet adapter and the cable adapter from here with no problem. So I remove it. I tell you why. Because if you look at here, this hole is a little bit bigger than the cable that go in. I don't know why it is. So I will have to take the other adapter and put it back here. Okay, this adapter is proper, and this adapter is probably good for China cable or something, but it's not good in America. So I will have to put this here, and that's what I'm going to do now. So in order to switch the adapter, to put this adapter here, what I have to do, there is a washer here. You can see here the washer. We need to take the washer and just open it, and we'll remove that adapter, which is a cable adapter or TV cable adapter, and we put this adapter. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do now. So to do it, I'm taking the washer. I'm using a plier here and a long plier here, long nose, and I'm just remove it. You can see it's so easy, and actually it's outside already. I just need to flip it in my hand, in my finger. It's difficult to see, but that's it. So that's the way I'm removing it. A little bit tricky, but you can do it. Here it is. And keep the washer. And now I can take this plastic and just remove it. And that's it. As you can see, the plastic is being removed. So I already replaced it. I put the new adapter here, the old adapter actually that's working. Here it is. I put it very easy. Okay, and that is the adapter that I actually removed. It's a new adapter. I remove it, and I put the old adapter. And that's the way it looks from here. You see, you can actually remove it by click it here. You can also remove that by click it here. So it's very versatile, this plate. I bought it on Amazon, and it's not expensive, like $4. So as you can see here, here is the Ethernet cable, and here is the TV cable. And I really push it a little bit more here, because the first thing I want to do, I want to test the Wi-Fi, to test if there is signal even Wi-Fi, before I'm going to close this plate, this outlet. So the first thing I have to do, I want to test the wireless router here. Here's the wireless I bought from Amazon. It's called TP-Link AC 1200 Wi-Fi and router. Okay, so let me show you the way it's look. That's the way it's look out of the box. Okay, so I can take it here and I can show you how it's look. And if you look here, you flip it, you can see holes here, 2 holes. You can attach it to a wall, or you can attach it to a ceiling, whatever, you know, that it will work. That's maybe I'm going to eventually put it on a wall. But let's just try to test to see if it's worked properly with the Ethernet cable we pass from the 2nd floor to the basement. So now we're connecting the internet cable, as you can see here, to the wireless. router. That's it. And now we're going to connect the power to the router. So we connected the Ethernet cable here to the wireless router here, as you can see. Okay, and now what we're going to do, see, that's the Ethernet and that's the internet. Now what we're going to do, we're going to actually set up the wireless. Did you confirm password? Okay. So we finished to set up, or the administration, this wireless router here, and just now we're going to check. You see, we already removed it from here. We're going to check the Wi-Fi speed from very short distance, but just to see. As you can see, it's actually 82. That's the download, and let's see the upload. Okay, and the upload is 10 megabit per second. So it's 82, 10, or 11 megabit per second, 81.9 to 11.6. That is the speed that we receive now in the basement. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put these. Okay, so it's inside properly. Okay, so I just connected to the TV cable, and the next thing to be connected is the internet cable, which I take it from here. That's the internet cable, and I'm just going to connect it here. Okay, I'm going to pull the remainder of the wire there outside, and we're going to connect this plate. We're going to install it here with 2 screws. So I'm going to push the remainder of the wire inside. Okay, we have maybe 2 feet or 3 feet remaining. Okay, so now I just can connect it with 2 screws here. Okay, so that's it, done. So here, after we close the outlet, the plate here, you can see Ethernet on the bottom and cable TV on the top, and the Ethernet cable is connected to the wireless router here in the blue, as you can see, and as you can see, there is a wireless here running.